If you ever believed that humanity breaks under pressure, tonight's story will make you rethink everything. In this universe, humans don't wait for miracles. They become one. Before we begin, hit like, subscribe, and settle in. Because what we did in the next 48 hours changed galactic history forever. You stand on the ridge overlooking Port Helion, humanity's newest frontier city. Some call it a border. Others call it a gamble. But for you, Commander Yaron Hale, it has always been something else entirely. A promise carved into metal and stone. No human will ever build a cage for someone seeking safety. And today, that promise is being tested like never before. 40,000 refugees. 40,000 lives fleeing a war that devoured their star system. 40,000 terrified survivors scheduled by the rules of the Galactic Senate to be placed in temporary camps. Temporary, as if anyone ever leaves those places before they forget what hope looks like. You breathe in deeply as transport ships begin appearing on the horizon, their hulls cracked, scorched, patched together with scrap and desperation. Commander, your comlink crackles. Alien Senate delegation insists you set up containment camps. They say granting immediate citizenship would be political suicide. Open channel, you reply. A moment later, dozens of holographic faces appear before you. Antennas, scales, fur, metal eyes, some sympathetic, most suspicious. You look them all in the eye. 40,000 refugees are landing on our soil in less than an hour. Camps will not save them. Camps will trap them. So hear my decision clearly. In 48 hours, every single one of them will be a citizen of the human accord. Silence spreads like frost. One delegate sputters. Impossible. Integration requires months. Another hisses. You can't rewrite the law. You give them a tired smile. Every HFY story begins with something impossible. The landing by dusk, the sky turns the color of fading embers as the refugee flotilla descends. Ships wobble as if held together by prayer alone. Children peek from cracked windows. Old ones clutch frayed packs. Entire families step onto human soil, not knowing whether it will save them or swallow them. You walk into the crowd with your escorts, but you dismiss the guards. You don't need weapons today. A four-armed elder woman stops in front of you. Her skin is fissured like dry stone. "This is home?" she whispers. "We are not of your people." You shake your head softly. "You are of our care." "That is enough." She breaks into tears, into relief, into something that looks painfully close to disbelief. The bureaucratic war. People think war happens on battlefields. But sometimes it happens inside databases, inside outdated systems, inside red tape wrapped around the neck of compassion. You have 48 hours to process 40,000 individuals, to issue identity files, biometrics, provisional housing, health clearances, and full emergency citizenship. Every advisor you have calls it madness. You call it Tuesday. Hours 1 to 5. AI document pods deploy. Mobile biometric drones sweep through crowds. Translation engines switch through 900 dialects until everything finally makes sense. Hour 6. A senator storms into your command center. "Commander Hao, you're inviting chaos. These beings don't share our culture." You don't raise your voice. You don't need to. Culture is not inherited, you say. It's taught, and we will teach it by example. He leaves, slamming the door. Hour 9. A small alien boy stands before you, trembling, holding only a rusted pendant. Name? You ask. V. Velo. You hand him a tablet showing his new status. You're no longer a refugee, Velo. You're a citizen trainee of Helion District. His eyes widen in a way that makes every sleepless hour worth it. Sabotage, but compassion has enemies. A xenophobic group, the Purity Mandate, launches a digital assault on your network. Terminals blackout. Biometric systems freeze. All 40,000 citizenship files stall at 92% completion. Your staff panics. Sir, if the system stays down, we'll miss the 48-hour deadline. Media backlash, political revolt, Senate sanctions. You raise a hand. Backup protocol. Manual authorization. Everyone freezes. Manual, sir? One citizenship form takes 12 minutes. At best. For 40,000. We'll sign 40,000. You reply. You take the first stack. Pick up a pen. Begin writing. For the next 12 hours, you and your entire staff sign forms until hands cramp and eyes blur. When someone's fingers seize up, another person guides their hand. When fatigue threatens to break morale, someone reads out the names of the refugees whose lives hang on these signatures. This isn't bureaucracy anymore. It's an act of defiance. The protest hour 33. A mob gathers in Unity Square. Angry faces. Fearful faces. People shouting things they don't understand. They'll replace us. They'll steal our jobs. They don't belong. Then the one that cuts deep. Send them back. You step onto the podium and speak without notes. Back where? Their homes are ash. Their world is gone. They have nowhere to return to. The crowd quiets, some out of guilt, some out of realization. Being human is not paperwork. Being human is choosing to stand between the broken and the dark. A single clap breaks the silence. Then another. Then hundreds. The protest collapses under its own weight. Hope wins louder than hate. Hour 47 fire in the docks. Alarm scream across Port Helion. A refugee transport's reactor is unstable. If it blows, the dock and thousands of lives will go with it. You sprint to the engine bay. A wounded technician coughs out, "Sir, the reactor won't respond. If you override it, you'll take the radiation spike directly." You cut him off. Citizens protect their own. Always. You grab the manual override lever and pull. The reactor stabilizes with a shudder. Your suit absorbs most of the radiation. Not all, but everyone lives. That's enough. Hour 48. The ceremony, the final hour arrives. No camps, no fences, no temporary shelters. Instead, a massive open plaza filled with 40,000 refugees, not as displaced people, but as future citizens. You step onto the stage. Every face looks toward you. You speak quietly, but the words carry. From this moment forward, you are not outsiders. You are not temporary. You are not forgotten. You are citizens of the human accord. A wave of sound rises, cheers, sobs, prayers, laughter. Some collapse to their knees. Some hold loved ones tightly. Some stare upward as if seeing a future for the first time. Tonight, the galaxy changes because humanity did not ask permission to do the right thing. It simply did it. Hey everyone, still here, still awake? If you are, that's fine, because tonight the story goes deeper. What humanity started in those first 48 hours, that was only the spark. What came afterward, that was the fire. Settle in. Let's continue. A city learning to breathe again. 40,000 new citizens is not a statistic. It is a storm. Port Helion changes overnight. Food lines triple. Transit systems choke under the surge. School queues wrap around buildings. And yet, nobody is complaining. Not the humans. Not the new citizens. Not even the grumpy old vendors who once barked at anyone who breathed near their stalls. Because the world has changed, and everyone knows it. You, Commander Yaron Hawai, stand in your command center as reports flood in. Sir, housing requests exceeded projections by 220%. Medical centers are overwhelmed. Local businesses want training programs for new citizens. And sir, the Galactic Senate wants a full explanation of why you ignored protocol again. You take a slow breath. Of course they do. The Senate, with its gilded chambers and silk-tongued diplomats, hates being surprised, especially by humans. Humans have a tendency to solve problems the Senate prefers to debate for centuries. You tap the table, projecting holograms of refugee neighborhoods, shattered lives being rebuilt, communities forming, children learning new alphabets, old ones smiling for the first time in years. All right, you say softly. Let's build a society. Your staff exchanges uneasy looks. They know what that means. You never choose the easy path. The first crisis, the 13 families. On day 3 after the citizenship ceremony, you receive a message flagged urgent. One of your junior officers, Soren Vale, rushes into your office. Sir, we have a situation in District 12. A dispute. It's getting bad. You walk with him through the streets. District 12 was meant to be quiet temporary housing converted into permanent apartments. But today, the walkway is filled with shouting. 13 alien families stand on one side, human residents on the other. A young human man yells, "They cut the line. We've been waiting for housing upgrades for 2 years." An alien mother pleads back, "Our children need temperature-regulated rooms. We'll freeze at night." Someone throws a cup. Someone else steps forward aggressively, and every onlooker holds their breath. You step between them. Enough. The crowd freezes as if someone shut gravity off. You scan both sides slowly. Let me ask all of you a simple question. You begin. Do you want this problem solved? Or do you want to be right? Murmurs ripple. A child on the alien side shivers. A grandmother on the human side clutches a cane painfully. You continue. We didn't bring in 40,000 strangers. We brought in 40,000 future neighbors. And neighbors don't fight over scraps. They build bigger tables. You order your AI officer, Lumen 4. Show me the district's total unused housing capacity. A hologram appears. Unused storage blocks. Vacant maintenance levels. Old hangar decks. More space than anyone realized. You point at it. There. Convert every square meter into temporary climate-safe housing within 72 hours. Soren whispers, "Sir, that's going to stretch our budget." You give him a sharp look. So did saving their lives. You turn to the crowd again. No camps. No favorites. Every family gets shelter. Every child sleeps warm. And we fix this together. Someone starts clapping. Then another. Then both sides join. Crisis diffused. Not by law, by leadership. The second crisis. The mandate returns, of course. Your enemies do not rest. The extremist group, the purity mandate, resurfaces. Your intelligence report is blunt. Commander, the mandate is planning a coordinated attack. Not bombs, not riots, but public panic. You call an emergency meeting with your senior officers. Soren, sir, they're distributing fake images, claiming refugees attacked citizens. Lumen 4, 47 falsified vids circulating. Emotional manipulation content. Dr. Asha Miles, your cultural advisor, adds, "The mandate knows something we don't. That fear spreads faster than truth." You close your eyes for a moment, then open them with razor-sharp clarity. Then we give people something stronger than fear. Humanity class. It starts with a simple idea. A stadium, 40,000 seats, and a giant floating title. Introduction to Being Human, a community-led course. You take the stage. Children in human clothes sit next to humans wearing alien fabrics. Translated subtitles float above every chair. You begin. Humanity is not species. It's not DNA. Humanity is behavior. And we want you to learn it the same way we did, through mistakes, through compassion, through stubborn hope. The audience leans in. You break it into sections. Lesson 1. How to disagree without destroying each other. Lesson 2. How to ask for help without shame. Lesson 3. How to build communities. Lesson 4. How to recognize manipulation and hate. Lesson 5. Why humans never leave anyone behind. The new citizens absorb everything. They ask questions. Hard questions. Questions humans often avoid. And you answer honestly. No sugarcoating, no excuses. Just truth. The third crisis, the children of the dark moon. On week 2 after citizenship, something unexpected happens. A group of alien children 30 or so stop attending school. Teachers report strange behavior. Hiding, silent crying, nightmares. One night, an older girl approaches you in the plaza. She's trembling. Commander Hale, we are not safe. Your posture straightens instantly. Who is threatening you? She shakes her head. Not who. What? You investigate personally, along with Soren and Dr. Miles. The children lead you to the old industrial quarter-abandoned, dark, echoing. There, carved into metal walls, you find symbols. Not human symbols, not any known alien script. Your translator fails. Dr. Miles whispers, Commander, these symbols match the refugee accounts. From their destroyed homeworld. Soren adds gravely, they said the invaders, the ones who wiped out their planet, left these symbols behind wherever they hunted. You feel ice travel down your spine. The war that made these refugees wasn't over. It had followed them. You turn to the children. You're safe now. I promise you. But even as you speak the words, you know the truth. You cannot protect anyone from an enemy you don't understand. Not yet. The shadow on the horizon intelligence reports start flooding in. Strange energy signatures in deep space. Unmarked vessels seen around the system. Communication disruptions. And a message intercepted from the void. The marked ones must not survive. Marked ones, the refugees. Your blood goes cold. You call a full emergency council session. Holograms shimmer as human generals, diplomats, scientists, and advisors appear. You stand at the center. Our new citizens are being hunted, and whoever destroyed their world has found them again. We have 2 choices, hide them, or fight for them. General Sato asks, Commander, what do you recommend? You meet his gaze. Humans do not hide families in camps. We do not abandon those we saved. And we do not let nightmares chase children across star systems. You inhale. We fight. Citizens of the Accord actualized, but humans won't fight alone. Not this time. The next morning, the refugees gather in the main square. You climb onto the stage. Your enemy has found you. You announce bluntly. They want you erased. Fear spreads across faces. But hear me, you continue. You are not refugees anymore. You are citizens. You are us. And humanity defends its own. Then something extraordinary happens. An older alien steps forward, one of the same elders who trembled when they landed. She lifts her chin. Commander, let us help. We know their weapons. We know their patterns. We have seen their darkness. A murmur spreads. One by one, more refugees step forward. We will fight. We will teach you. We will stand with you. Dr. Miles whispers, almost in awe. They aren't asking for protection anymore. They're claiming identity. You feel something swell in your chest. Pride, respect, hope. The Senate strikes back just when unity begins to form. The Galactic Senate delivers its verdict. A message appears on your screen. Human Accord has violated integration protocol. Refugee citizenship is suspended pending review. Suspended. Meaning revoked. Meaning illegal. Meaning those 40,000 people you saved would be deported. You slam your fist on the table. Soren whispers, Sir, deportation means death. No, you growl. Not while I breathe. You broadcast a message galaxy-wide. The Senate may challenge our laws, but they do not command our conscience. Every new citizen remains under human protection. Anyone who tries to remove them does so against humanity itself. Billions watch, some cheer, some panic, some call you a hero, some call you a criminal. You don't care. History rarely loves the people who do the right thing in time. The ships arrive 3 nights later. Alarms blare across the entire city. Soren rushes in. Commander, unknown fleet entering the system. How many? He swallows. Dozens. Maybe more. Their signatures match the symbols we found. You stare out the window as the sky fills with burning streaks. The enemy had come. The ones who annihilated the refugees' homeworld. The ones who carved those symbols into their nightmares. The ones who now descend upon Port Helion, upon humanity, upon your 40,000 citizens. You whisper a single line. Then this time, humanity meets them head on. Your officers await your command. Your new citizens gather behind you. Children cling to their elders. And the first enemy ship pierces the sky like a spear. The war has arrived, and the galaxy is about to learn. Humanity does not run. Humanity does not kneel. Humanity does not forget who it fights for. Hey everyone, still here? Still awake? If you are, that's fine. Settle in for the last part, because this is where your quiet act of mercy is forced into the spotlight of the entire galaxy. You stand on the balcony of the newly renamed Dawn City, the capital of the emergency nation, the world carved out in 48 impossible hours. The night below you breathes with new life. Towers hum with power. Hover lanes glow. Families you rescued walk the streets with something they never expected to feel again. Future. You once thought giving 40,000 displaced aliens instant citizenship would be the boldest thing humans ever attempted. You were wrong. It was only the beginning. And as you look out into the sky, there is a sound that every species in the galaxy recognizes instantly. The low, rolling thunder of arrival. Warships bursting out of slipspace like iron leviathans. Your comm band flickers alive. General Electo, calm as a winter mountain. They found us. You breathe in, slowly, grounding yourself in the same quiet resolve that pushed you through the first 48 hours. Back when the crisis was supposed to be logistics, paperwork, and compassion. Now it's survival. And 40,000 lives are looking at you again, not to save them, but to lead them. The enemy steps forward, the sky splits open as a massive warship descends, pulsing with the red sigils of the Gibraltar Imperium. To most, they are a distant rumor. To refugees, they are the nightmare that never ends. And to you, they are a line you will not let cross. A hologram blooms in front of you. High Marshal Korak, 10 feet tall, burning eyes. Armor that looks carved from volcanic stone. Korak, you have violated Imperium authority. You harbor fugitives. Release them. Or be classified as an enemy state. Behind him, you see a row of chained trail children. The same species you sheltered. Their eyes are hollow. You speak quietly, almost gently. We granted them citizenship. They're ours now. Korak's laugh is a breaking boulder. Human, you misunderstand. They are property. You step closer to the projection. Not anymore. Korak's smile dies. You choose death, and the hologram cuts. For a moment, the city is silent. Then the alarms begin. The first citizen army. General Electo strides to your side. Authorization. We need it. Now. You look at her, then at the city below. You didn't plan for war. You didn't have time. But humans do what they always do. They build under pressure. As Electo speaks, you follow her through the command tower. Screens bloom open like floating petals, each showing something miraculous. Dawn City's defense network, constructed by engineers working around the clock, piloted by volunteers, defended by citizens, human and alien, both. The very refugees you rescued stand in the training base, learning to use repurposed industrial drones. The farmers from the plains are loading railguns you installed earlier for meteor defense. Teachers, healers, engineers, former prisoners of the Imperium, even children old enough to hold a console, they are all here, not running, not hiding, standing with you. Alecto taps the tactical screen. We can't win a sustained war, but we can hold long enough for the Parliament fleet to reach us. How long? 5 hours, you swallow. The Imperium fleet would land in 10 minutes. You turn to the volunteers and refugees surrounding the room, wide-eyed, trembling, but ready. Everyone who wants to leave, you can go to the shelters. Everyone who wants to stay, you're part of the First Citizen Army. No one moves. Not one. A quiet Drail woman steps forward. The same mother who begged you for help in Part 1, her daughter clinging to her leg. She lifts her chin. We stand with you. And her voice becomes a spark in dry grass. Soon all of them echo it, a chorus of species and accents. We stand with you, you nod. Then let's defend our home. The first battle of Dawn City. The Imperium's landing craft fall from the sky like raining iron. Your battlefield lights up in a storm of red. Railguns ignite with a thunderclap. Drones surge into the air like metallic birds. Civilians, soldiers, engineers work shoulder to shoulder. And then they hit the ground. Armored Imperium warriors pour out, roaring battle cries that shake the pavement. You stand at the front lines with Alecto, holding a pulse rifle heavier than your arm was ever meant to lift. But you don't shake. Not this time. Behind you, the citizens you sheltered raise their weapons. Not out of hatred, but out of the fierce, quiet protectiveness of those who finally have something to lose. Alecto points her blade toward the advancing troops. For Dawn City, you raise your rifle. For home, the battle slams into you like a tidal wave. Explosions rip through plazas you built only 2 days ago. Shields crackle. Energy bolts scream across broken streets. But your people don't fall back. They push. A group of young human drone operators reroute a swarm to cut off enemy armor. A pair of Drail refugees plant gravity slow fields, trapping enemy soldiers in thickened air. A human medic pulls 2 wounded fighters behind cover while barking orders. A team of former prisoners hack enemy communication channels, throwing their formations into chaos. You watch it unfold with slow, cinematic clarity. This isn't an army. It's a society defending itself. And it's working. But then the ground shakes. Korak drops in the High Marshal himself, slams onto the battlefield like a meteor, cracking the street. His personal guard spreads out behind him, armored giants wielding molten-edge halberds. Korak points at you. Human, you have made a mistake. He charges. Alecto intercepts him with a roar that could split steel. Their weapons collide in a shockwave. You turn to the guards, lifting your rifle, and your volunteers stand at your side, refusing to retreat. Blaster fire lights the air. Shields bloom in rippling barriers. You take hits to your armor. Your muscles scream, your fingers numb, but you hold, because they're watching you. Your people. Your citizens. And humans do not break in front of those who believe in them. Alecto's voice cracks through comms. I can't hold him. He's too strong. You look toward the nearest defense tower. A plan strikes you like lightning. Alecto, keep him looking at you. She laughs through the pain. Always my specialty. You sprint toward the tower. Energy bolts tear at your heels. A refugee soldier covers you, taking hits but refusing to fall. You reach the power coil, wrench open the safety panel, and twist it to overload. The tower turns into a rising storm of white heat. You aim it directly at Korak. Alecto. She drops. You fire. A beam of compressed plasma slams into the High Marshal, engulfing him in white fire. When the light fades, he is gone. Silence rolls across the battlefield. Then cheers, relief, shock, hope blooming in exhausted eyes. But the war isn't done. The Imperium makes a choice. The surviving Imperium ships pull back into orbit, scanning, evaluating. They just watched a civilian state, with 2 days of preparation, defeat their high marshal. They expected prey. They found something else. Your Kanban buzzes. Imperium voice. Human authority. Stand by. A long pause. Then, Imperium forces withdraw. This world is more trouble than it is worth. And the ships vanish into slipspace, just like that. They give up, because no empire wants to fight a population that refuses to die quietly. A new beginning hours later, the Parliament fleet arrives too late for the battle, but just in time to see the aftermath. They land among cheering crowds. Humans and aliens stand shoulder to shoulder. Medics roam. Engineers repair power lines. Children peek out from shelters. Parliament Commander Lyra approaches you. You built this in 48 hours and defended it in 5. That's impossible. You're too tired to laugh. It's humanity. We have a strange relationship with impossible. She nods toward the refugees. You're citizens now. What are you calling this place? The crowd looks to you. A child steps forward, the same girl you rescued since part 1. She tugs your sleeve and whispers, "Call it Haven, because you gave us one." You kneel, smile gently, then rise. Haven it is. The crowd echoes it. Haven, 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 a city born in 2 days. A nation forged in 5 hours. A dream protected by those who believed in it. You breathe in the morning air as the sun rises over Dawn City, no Haven City. And for the first time since this began, you let yourself rest. Because you didn't just save 40,000 lives. You gave them a home, a flag, a future, and in doing so, you reminded the galaxy of the old HFY truth. Humans don't just fight wars. They build worlds worth fighting for.